Hey Tom, welcome back to Mars Camp.
Thank you.
I know last week we went through a little bit of a fitting and maybe bent some of your clubs to you. To start this kind of lesson series, I wanted to get a kind of a baseline of your abilities here in the simulator, as well as record what our swing looks like now. Today we're going to be kind of focused on our full swing and see if we can't get you a little bit more consistent in your move and take and run from there.
Great.
Yeah, let's end on a good one. So to kind of wrap up lesson one and take this where we're headed, we've got some good movements to kind of work on. Encouraging you to know that they're different. They're going to take you a while to implement quickly, especially if we're out playing a golf round. It's going to take some time before we get there.
Yep.
Work on these on the driving range before maybe next week, where I look forward to taking this to your short game and honing in some of the difficult shots around the green as well as inside 100 yards.
Great.
Well, thanks, Tom.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Hey, Tom, welcome back.
Good to be here.
So here we are a week later, thinking short game, but I'd like to ask you how your kind of practice went with what we worked on the full swing last week.
Okay. I got out and practiced. I had 2 hours, 2 different 1-hour sessions. I used the drills we were doing with the alignment rods,
Right.
making sure to get out here, separation here, and turning the hips, and just full finish.
And you've had some success or what?
I have. More consistent, much straighter ball flight. There's not really a draw or a fade there. It's just pretty straight. So,
Well, what do you think if we test like we did last week and
Let's
see
do
how
it.
we compare?
let's do
So,
it.
so to wrap up week 2, pitching and chipping, we made a couple slight adjustments to kind of the pre-shot, right? We closed the stance a little bit, in particular for the pitching. Not so much here around the green where we're forced to open the stance a little bit, but mostly just maintaining what we've been working on in the full swing, right? Can I get this little separation here? Can I get this left arm stopped from cheating in and really working out in a way? And an emphasis on distance control. So next week I encourage you to put that focus into your golf rounds before we meet next week, where we move on to putting, and work on those couple things and see how we do before we move on.
Great.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
See you next week. Hey, Tom, welcome back.
Thanks for having me back.
How was your week?
Great.
Yeah.
Got some practice done. Short game. Distance control's better.
Nice.
Flop shots still, working
tough
on
one.
that. Yeah, that's still the hard one for me, but everything else is
Did you
coming
get to
around.
play a little bit, or just a couple practice sessions, or what?
A couple practice sessions and I played 2 rounds.
Cool.
Scores were about the same, but short game felt better.
Nice.
Although I didn't really miss a lot of greens, so I didn't need it that much, but
Very cool.
when I did need it, it was there. So
Awesome.
that's what matters.
Well, kudos. Glad you're out there playing.
Yep.
That's awesome, and still working on it. To continue on what we've kind of been going through, today I'd like to kind of just focus on our putting. And I know you have admitted that you're a pretty good putter. So we might not be tweaking a ton, but instead just finding some things that, focus on our distance control. Can I make all the short ones? And maybe put some pressure into your game and practice. That'll help you as you start to play tournaments and different things like that.
Okay, great.
Thanks. So to kind of recap our putting day, not a whole lot going wrong with the stroke. I think it's mostly fine-tuning and honing in the skills needed to make the putt. And putting yourself into a position of a little bit of pressure. Whether it's pressure through practice, pressure through game, like the one that we played against each other, or pressure through a match on the golf course. You need to find ways to simulate those a little bit, and I think there's a couple tools that you can help work, whether it's a quick warm-up or you're actually out there on a true practice session, so that when you're in the actual situation, you're ready to make more putts. Well, we'll see you next week, where I think we're gonna go quick next week. So we'll do like a supervised practice, kind of honing in all these things that we've been working on these last 3 sessions, and then we'll probably go next day and do a playing on the golf course.
Great.
See you later.
Great.
Hey Tom, welcome back.
Thanks for having me again.
How's the week?
Great.
Okay.
I got some practice done, mostly on the putting green, kind of what we talked about last time. Line, centerness of contact, and reading the green.
Yes. So did you play a couple rounds or practice?
Two rounds. Long putts were better, a lot better. Short putting about the same. I make a lot of those. But yeah, scores went down a few strokes. So
Awesome.
overall, it was good.
And knowing that you obviously get to play a decent amount, you played 2 times each week in between I saw you. Today I really wanted to equip you with kind of an outline of how to really go out and have a practice session. Whether it's honing in your pre-shot routines and mental focus for the golf course, or the honing in the swing changes that we've kind of started and worked on, and double check that you're continuing on that road. Today's all about how we approach that.
Okay.
So thanks for the time in practice today. I think we have provided you a couple resources to hone things in on your own, right? You've got some ways to challenge yourself through practice, some ways to focus, whether it be technical or result-based, on your own. And I encourage you to do sessions like this almost as often as play, and whether we abbreviate a version because we're going to go out on the golf course, which maybe we'll talk tomorrow when we go play, or spend a couple hours here and really grind it out and, like I said, challenge yourself so we can quickly implement it out there. So, thanks again for today.
Yeah, of course.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Early tee time.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Sorry we couldn't make the morning time. We will here in the afternoon, but stoked we could get it 9 holes either way.
Yeah.
For today, we'll kind of just go through a quick warm-up. Maybe you tell me a little bit about how you do it, and then we'll go play and kind of see how our course management, you kind of applaud yourself for that. So we might not be doing too much there, but probably really just focusing on how we bring this pre-shot routine and all of this stuff we've been working on over 4 lessons now to the golf course. So, but all in all, not too bad. So good for me.
Awesome.
Thanks for the series.
Thank you.
And we'll do it again sometime.
Yeah. Awesome.